Hi again, YouTubers. So this is my Face of the Month video for, what would that be, April and May. I have been pretty much doing the same look fairly consistently. It seems to be quick to me. I know in the video it never is because I'm kind of talking through it, but I can get it done super quick and it's easy and it's only 2 shadows. And I just think it has a really pretty look to it, and it's really great for blue eyes. I think it just really brings out the blue in your eyes and makes them very much stand out. Lips I've been doing very neutral. I was kind of up in the air about the Too Faced lipstick, but I absolutely loved it. The only thing I forgot to do in this video was at the end, I forgot to put on my Hourglass dim. I just use a fluffy brush and kind of run that over my face real quick. And then also I told you guys at the end that I re-curled my lashes, and this is what they look like, just so you can see that. So if you're wondering at the end, then you'll have already known the answer. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and here we go. All right, so to get started, I use my Coastal Scents Eye Bright in the color Light. And, no, Bright Eyed. I keep calling it Eye Bright. Sorry if you hear MJ, I just put him down. And I tap this on, kind of leaving it, I don't like blend it all the way in, leaving it under my eye. Because when I put foundation and concealer and everything on, it kind of blends it in. But this way it kind of just stays where I want it a little bit better this way. I find it's a fairly thin product, so kind of gets rid of the darkness. You can see the difference just there. I need a little tiny bit right on the inner corner. I feel like that brightens up really nicely. So that's that. And then I have been using and trying out the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. Have this in the color Cashew Beige. And you don't need much of this at all. Like, that's it for my whole face. I like this with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It looks like this. And I just kind of work it around the product. I just kind of like bounce it into it, like, so that there's a good amount. That's too much in the one area. So that there's just kind of, and then I just start like, I always start on my cheeks because I have the worst like spotting there, kind of, I guess, or discoloration. Like, it's just where my freckles show, like everything like that seems to be the most over there. And so I'm not really getting much on the brush, so I'm just continually going back in and putting a little bit more on, because you don't need much of this, but you also want to just kind of put a little bit on at a time. If you do too much at one spot, it starts to look cakey. Just a little bit more. I didn't put quite enough down. So I just kind of like play with it. I start, as you saw, down on my cheeks, work my way in to my nose and mouth, and then I do my forehead. And then I kind of just, with whatever's left on here, I kind of use that and go around my eyes and just kind of pat it. So I'll see if you can see the difference from each eye there. So there isn't much on the brush. And I know some people don't like using foundation around the eyes. It's just a personal preference. Kind of blend it down my neck a little bit. So that's kind of it. And I've used the majority of what's on here, and I just kind of wipe that off and put it back away. And every so often I just use some rubbing alcohol on it and kind of clean it up a little bit more. The next thing I have been using, where did it go? Oh, wrong drawer. That's right. I've seen a couple videos about this, and it's that time of year again. I've been using my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel Bronze Universal. And I just use a kabuki brush, just a nice soft kabuki brush. Kind of tap it in. You don't have much on there at all. Again, same thing. I start with contouring like under my cheekbones, and then I use it and kind of bring it up and around and then down under my chin. And that blends it in too. So that's there. And then I have been taking a cream blush. Let me, find it. I have been using Fresco by MAC. It's a cream color base. It's just kind of a peachy pink color. I've been using, actually I tend to like this brush better, I think is what I've remembered I've gone back to. So put a little bit on there. Start on the apples of my cheeks and work my way out. Now, if you follow my videos, you will notice I am not a big cream blush fan, but I've been finding it's been working well for me this year. I don't know why. And that'll change. You know how these things go. Something's always changing. So then I've let that foundation kind of sit for a minute, and I go back with my NARS Creamy Concealer. And I do a couple dots of that around each eye. Tap it in and around my finger. Same thing on the other eye. Why do we open our mouths when we do that? Then I take the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. I haven't been using my Laura Mercier Minerals just because I've been finding this has been working okay. Just a MAC makeup puff that actually just went through the laundry. Then I tap that in under my eyes. There we go. And then I tend to put some on my nose and up onto my forehead because those are my main areas of concern where I get the oiliest. So that's that. Sometimes if I feel like it's going to be a really hot day, sorry, tossing that back in there, I will take my MAC Studio Fix powder just on my forehead. Sorry, let me, I feel like you guys are not, there we go. See if that's a little bit better. The Benefit Stay Don't Stray Primer. Sorry if that's, I put like a dot or two on each eye. Oops, that's a lot on that one. Have you guys seen that in the doe foot applicator for the full size yet? I haven't seen it yet. But I also haven't been avidly looking either. But I just haven't, I didn't notice it the last time I was on Sephora, at Sephora. Blah. I guess I could look on the website too. So I just kind of tap this around. Sorry if you hear some noises out back. We're redoing our deck and they're out there working on it. I've been using my Lancome, what is this called? Lay Crayon. Okay, powder pencil for the brows in taupe. Ooh, where'd it go? And it has a pencil at one side and a brush on the other. So I start at the bottom and kind of draw it up to the where the arch should be. Mine are more rounded than arched, I would say. And then I kind of go back to the front and piece it together a little bit. Same thing on this side. Kind of look at them, play with them. See what looks best. I think there's a spot there. Run the brush through it just kind of roughly, just to kind of soften it a little bit. Then I have been using some Mary Kay shadows, and I'm going to have to pull it out because I have no idea the names of them. I've been using this light colored one called Spun Silk. And then the other one I've been using, I think it's called Chocolate Kiss. Yep, it's called Chocolate Kiss. These are the two I have been using, and I've been using them just with one brush. This is a Sigma E25 brush. And I take the Spun Silk and I put it all over the lid, up into the crease and onto the brow bone. And into the inner tear duct as well. really been liking these shadows and enjoying them. Same brush. Sometimes I wipe it off just on my towel, but it doesn't do much. And then go into that Chocolate Kiss, tap it off, and I'm starting at the outer corner. Then I kind of work my way in and up. Then I blend it down over the lid a little bit, but I don't go all the way in. I think this color is just such a pretty color, and like I haven't ever, it's funny, I have so many browns and colors like this, but I haven't ever run into a color that just looks as good on blue eyes as this one does. Something about it. Don't quite know what. A lot of people, by the way, have been asking me what this band is on my wrist. It's called a Nike Fuel Band. It like tracks all your movements and things like that. It tells you, show you real quick, it tells you how much fuel you've done during the day, how many calories you burned, how many steps you've done, and what time it is. And when you hit your goal, it says goal across the front of it. So then I go back into that lighter spun silk and just kind of bring it on the front edge again, right through here. Kind of soften up that edge a little bit. What is the eyeliner? Laura Mercier Black Ebony Pan Liner. Almost same as always. I have used this for years and years and years and years, way before I started videos and all of that. Like, I've used this forever and I love it. Smashbox double-ended brush, which they don't make anymore, but I wish they did because I love it. If you guys know where to find one of those. I tried searching it, but I couldn't find anything. And then I just get, oh, I dipped it in some Fix Plus that's in a little travel thing. I put it in the lid, dip the brush in, then I drag the brush around. And then I just simply tap it along my top lash line into the inner corner. Then I come back and make it just a little bit thicker towards the outer line. You hear them banging. Thank goodness MJ sleeps through just about everything because they have been so loud. And now they're on the process where they're putting the deck back up. So you wouldn't think it would be as loud as when they tore it down, but it is. So that's the liner. Pretty simplistic. At this point, I have been going in and using my Skindinavia Bridal Makeup Finish Spray. Guys, I think I figured out that this is what has been making it so that, because people ask me how I can use foundations like this one, they say on combination skin, that like they have issues and stuff with that type of foundation. And I think this is the key. Anytime I use this, I have any foundation will stay on me all day. I have been using MAC's Subculture Lip Liner. It's fuzzy on the pencil too. There's it is. Go around that. Then I have been using, just for a really natural lip, the Too Faced Nude Beach lipstick. I've just been really liking this. At first I wasn't sure. I've gone back and forth about whether I love or hate this color because it is so neutral. I love the formula of the lipsticks, and I have a review coming up on that soon. But Buxom Creamsicle, no, White Russian, sorry. But I figured out how to work with that lipstick color so that I love the color. I loved the formula and the type of lipstick. Take my lash curler. Mine is a Japanese one. It's from Ulta. I hold it for about 10 seconds on each eye and then squeeze a couple times. And then I put the mascara on right away. I don't go to the next eye and curl it. I don't know why. It's just how I do it. They're really banging out there today. I'm still loving my Latisse. I'm loving the results I get from it. The only downside is no matter what mascara I use, it ends up on my brow bone by the end of the day because the lashes are so long they're touching up there no matter what. This other side, same exact thing. So here's the tap, tap, tap. Can't wait to have a new deck. Oh, thank God. Our old one was like splintered. The people that owned the house before us did not take care of it. They had just simply painted it. They didn't like wash it. They didn't seal it. Like it was a train wreck. Like it was just, you couldn't even walk on it without shoes because you would get splinters. So we needed to put a new one on. And last year with MJ, we just didn't have time and didn't want to be bothered with it, having a newborn in the house. So now it's being done before this summer so that we can enjoy it this year and be out there, and MJ can be out there and we don't have to worry about it. So that's that part. And generally what I do is I give it a little bit to dry. I kind of do my hair, and then at the end, and I'm going to do my hair, this isn't it. And at the end of doing my hair, I'll go back in with my eyelash curler and just do 2 pumps on each eye. So at the beginning of the video, you'll kind of see what my lashes look like with that. Just a little bit, gives it a little bit extra something. But so this is the look. I think it's nice. I like it. It's very simple, very easy to do, and kind of minimal brushes at least. There's a lot of products, but minimal brushes. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.